Welcome everybody. Now our next match today we're going to see Team Dignitas go up against Gamers2. Gamers2 is the old 3D Max team. They just joined the new organization a few days ago and this is of course going to be a great match. So far we had Gamers2 in Europe just like basically wrecking everybody. This team is so damn good. They're in the top 3 on the European server now, and if you're looking at Team Dignitas, as mentioned before, they're a team who just switched completely over to Heroes of the Storm. There are a lot of former Infinite Crisis players on the team and they are trying to just like really establish them all the way up at the top. So this best of 1 played during the GO4Heroes Tournament is another way for them to prove themselves, and they have to go up against one of the best teams that we have in Europe. We're going to find out right now if they're able to take them down or if Gamers2, the old 3D Max team, will prevail once again on their way to the finals. See you guys in just a bit in the game here at the GO4Heroes Tournament.
Welcome to the semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. We have Gamers2, the ex-3D Max squad, going up against Dignitas on Garden of Terror. Finally a different map, not Cursed Hollow. Leo from Korea on Rhaegar, ADRD on Azebo to the left side for the blue team for Gamers2. Yovo on Tacita, Nika SQ is playing Sergeant Hammer, and Shaihu is playing Chen. To the right side of the map, we're having in red Nurok on Vala, Sailors on Tyrande, Chris on ETC, Blood Dragon on Stitches, and the former SK Gaming player Linked, now a new addition to Team Dignitas, is playing Uther for the team. So pretty nice team compositions that we have. Diablo was banned out because Gamers2, the old 3D Max lineup, old team there, was apparently trying from the beginning to go for Nazebo, and of course the Apocalypse that you can see on Diablo counters out the Nazebo ult pretty effectively. You have to go for Gagansha in most cases, which we saw today already once in the game in the match between LDLC and Team Big Tomorrow, or Team Tomorrow Big. We're having now on our game at hand single healer comp for both of the teams. A very nice composition in general, on the other hand, for Team Dignitas. So running it with Stitches and ETC, which is a great comp. Stitches and ETC harmonize very well together, especially when you have an additional stun, like for example Tyrande or Uther. So the potential to really get locked down by this team is gigantic. As Stitches gets the hook in, you start power slide next to the target with ETC, you face melt him into the rest of the team. A stun from Uther followed by a stun from Tyrande can just like wreak havoc there. So it's a very dangerous lineup that they are running, and they're trying to go apparently for Sergeant Hammer. And there is, and lock him in immediately, but whoa, Nika, really well done here, pushing Blood Dragon away. Nice move by Nika on his Sergeant, making sure that he survives that battle, but that already shows how difficult this is to deal with. In the mid lane it is Chris on ETC against Yoba. Down to the bot lane we're having Shaihu against Sailors. Stitches, by the way, did still not pick his first talent, an indicator that he's not quite sure if he should go for a damage build or for a sustain build. We're gonna see that mystery solved in a bit, but for now we're having Nika actually being attacked here. ADRD is moving in. Oh, the wall of zombies against his own player. That didn't work too well. So far Blood Dragon is playing this actually really well. Level 4 is now ready for the blue team at least, and that means that next to the healing totem we have Farsight taken on Rhaegar. No big surprises in terms of the build. The swift reflexes on Chen after the initial regeneration master have been used here. Oh, Shaihu just barely getting away there. Chris and Sailors going for those seeds, and both teams really aiming for them as fast as they can. Nurek is already in position now as well, about to move in. We have Nika and ADRD there. Up at the top lane. Here comes currently, look at those builds. Sailors going for the slam build now. Alright, he makes up his mind, and there it is. Double slam taken on 1 and level 4 for the damage, and infusing it with, oh, nice seed harvest here on the side of Gamers2. The team really, oh, what a hook against Nika. Great hook being used there, and they drop him. They get the seeds, but still it is the hook against it. Very, very well done in this case. At the bottom lane we're currently looking at Sailors and Shaihu. Shaihu still going for that, but there's another plan that could still be taken, that Terror over here. Much more of those seeds so far ended up in the hands of Gamers2, and they could just increase that count and maybe get a first plant if they steal a few away from the red team at this attempt to get more at bot lane. Pierce taken on Tyrande, just on the side. No Guitar Hero, of course. Ghoul Piece actually being used here on on ETC. You can use that. It's definitely an option. Blood Dragon with that damage still should be able to help his team a lot with the DPS, but you can see that it looks very much like we are going to see Gamers2 with an attempt to steal a few of the seeds. They're already moving in for that. Chris is low, so is Linked. Oh, the kill against ETC. It looks very much like Gamers2 is going to steal a lot of those seeds away, and they're already doing it, moving straight in. Also having a much earlier level 7. That makes it pretty much impossible for Dignitas to move in and steal those seeds, or at least try to. Git Bin chosen. We have the Earth Shield on level 7 for Rega. It is Storm Talent together with the Brewmaster's Balance on level 7. It's actually like funny that we see that right now. It's one of those standard talents that we have a lot. The hook against Nika, and Nika's just standing there and like, well, yeah, you hooked me, so what? I mean, what you gonna do? And very little at that, but Chris is trying to help him out. The problem, of course, is that the Garden Terror is already moving straight towards the mid lane and trying to take a few of the structures down, which would put Gamers2 very close to level 10. Level 7 is helping Dignitas to just like maintain that for now. Leo from Korea is rotating down to the bot lane now too on his Rega. We're having in the mid lane that Plant starting to drop the pot and trying to take those 2 towers down. Double battle momentum taken. No aura, no true shot aura on Tyrande here. Instead the battle momentum to spam even more owls and lunar flares. 2 of them already gone, and we're having 1 hero eliminated. It looks like Nazeebo didn't make it here. Nazeebo down, and we have Vala dying as well. So basically a kill for each team. And at the bot lane, that's where most of the party is happening as we speak. Blood Dragon starting to move in here and trying to maybe land another hook. We're having level 10 already reached. 2 levels ahead. Well, let's make it 1.5 for team Gamers2, and they have their ults ready. I mean, the Wandering Keg is there, the Archon, we're having Napalm used, Ravenous Spirit and Ancestral Healing. The hook against Nurok, he activates Thrusters, didn't even really have to do that, and they are just losing way too much, as you can see. The Plant is still alive, is doing damage at the top and dropped another complete wall. Yoba on his Tassadar is starting to move away with his Transformer skin. And by the way, also the White Wolf, the White Cyber Wolf, so a pretty nice comp that we're seeing for you over here, moving into the mid lane right now. But they're also starting to take the camps. I mean, this is domination at this point from Team Gamers2. They are doing extremely well right now, and they exploit the fact that they have their heroic abilities shamelessly. 11 versus 2, and Team Gamers2 won't be... there is just nothing for Dignitas to do about it. Let's just put it like that. I mean, what are you going to do when you don't even have your heroic abilities? You're not going to do anything. And now they are finally there, but they're fighting a 2 versus 4 or 2 versus 5 in the mid lane. The rotation is happening now though, and now with that level 10, maybe they can do something. The pushback with a Wandering Keg. Blood Dragon is moving in with the damage. Here comes ETC going for his ult. No, just yet. Stand out, but we're having Nazeebo dying. And now finally Dignitas is starting to do some work. Shaiku is trying to get away, gets a shield, gets healed, might be able to escape there in the last second. Blood Dragon, they really want him, but they do not get him. It's a 1 versus 1 and another, 1 versus 1 in the last second. That worked for them. Okay, so 12 versus 10, nearly 11. And well, with that going on, they have now an opportunity to just like move down to the bot lane again, take the camps right there. Of course, Team Dignitas is going to do the same thing up at the top side, but the 13 talent is going to be the big next milestone for Gamers2. And they're going up against opponents that go for Putrid Bile, Mosh Pit, Starfall, with Divine Storm taken, and once again Strafe. Another thing that I should probably point out is like Toxic Gas was taken. This is like the build on Stitches that does by far the most damage if you're playing Stitches. It's like the build that you... Oh, Vala down here apparently taken out, and it looks like Gamers2 is going in for another attempt to take it on down. We have a level 30 now for them. They could move in to drop the fort, but they're having seats on the map now, and that's of course one of the priorities that they are trying to go for. 97 seats against 43, and taking the Garden Terror at the top out is an important move. The big one down here is so far unmolested, and that's where we could see Dignitas moving to get a plan of their own, and they should definitely do that, because if they don't, there's even the potential for a double plant to be taken by Team Gamers2, and they are moving down to the bot lane as we speak. Feral Lunge taken, 1 sprint on Azebo, having also the Dimensional Shift talent taken on 13 for Tassadar. Have to move in, plan for each of the team. Oh, nice ult by ETC, and look at that Starfall just working so well with it, but AD already goes in with an Azebo ult too, and they are dropping ETC. One of the big tanks at the front line is already gone. At the same time, that healing ward is ancient history. We have 3 heroes down with Bala and Uther dying as well. And even with that plan that they have, they of course lose a lot of seeds that Gamers2 is currently picking up here. So great moves that they are currently seeing from Gamers2. They have 7 kills against 3, and they also have 14 against 12, which gives them the additional talent still. That 13 talent lead is great. It's absolutely great for them, and so far the game has been going in their favor. But we'll see Dignitas trying to just counter that with a plant now. Chris is already on it. He's trying to de-push the bottom lane, which should be able to do, especially of course against the hard camp. You need to drop one of the pots. We're already seeing at the top lane Stitchers, Blood Dragon moving in. Blood Dragon is over there and is trying to maybe put some damage onto that top lane, but very unlikely that's gonna happen, considering that we're having the entire Gamers2 squad moving up there. It's basically a bit of a split push that we're seeing at the bot lane, and Chris is the only one trying to attack here, dropping the pots right now and trying to do as much damage to the structures as he can. At the top they're losing a fort though, and they're 2 levels behind now. They finally get the 13 talent, with Stitcher still focusing on the slam talents here. But this could still mean that a keep is under pressure. ADRD is very, very low on his plan already. Puts the pot into a great spot. We're having also a siege giant camp for them, helping with a push. And the plant at the bot lane is about to drop the fort here. The problem is, it's an exchange between a fort against a potential keep. And there's the Starfall already used. ADRD moves just barely out of the range. Oh, he's getting dropped of the plant. And a nice stun, but Nika is being... Oh, actually, did he get hooked there? Looks like it. Here comes the Ravenous Spirit going straight for the keep. And yeah, they're gonna drop it 10 minutes in and they're gonna take one of the keeps down. Or aren't they? It's gonna be close. I think the Giants will drop it. And yes, they are. The Giants drop the keep. That puts level 16 into reach. They're taking it with the Earth Grasp Totem now on Rhaegar, helping them. They're having also the Hover Siege mode, the double talents now on Dimensional Shift. Down here, still Chris with the damage against the keep. Actually, he did a lot of damage here, much more than I expected he would be able to do with his plan, but he moved through the fort and then started to attack keep. So the trade wasn't as bad as I feared it would be for them, but they still didn't take the keep out just yet. So, yeah... that is going to become a bit tricky. Up at the top lane, Sailors, Nurok and Linked are currently there. We're having at the bottom lane hard camp taken as well. It's just like both of the teams making sure that the camps are not stolen away from them. Oftentimes, of course, you would prefer to really time the camp with a push that you execute on either another or the same lane, depending if you want to go for top and bottom push or if you just want to enforce or enhance the push that you're already executing on the lane. But it also matters that you take the camps away so that they are not stolen from your opponent. That's pretty important there. We're having additional talents now, also the pressure point taken on the Brewmaster, which should help. Relentless, of course, will be another great talent to keep him alive, since he's the sole tank for the team, which is quite important. Tassadar can help out with that, so Chen is not going to die too fast. The Uber Rockstar Aura taken on ETC. They still lack a talent, but they're getting closer to it. They're getting closer to it. Leo from Korea, Shaihu and Yova are moving down to the bot lane now, trying to maybe flank Nurok, but it's an entire team for Dignitas, so you need to be careful with it. The seeds are there. Oh, the 16 talent isn't ready. The 16 talent is not ready for Dignitas. Blood Dragon already with a Putrid Bile. Yova is moving away. Chris is getting completely locked down here. He's going for his ult, but he dies to the Ravenous Spirit, and he might not be the only one, because Shaihu is moving in and trying to drop hero number 2. They might be able to get Sailors, and looks very much like they will. Yes, Sailors goes down, and suddenly with 9 kills against 3 in total, we're having a 5 versus 3 situation in the game, and that could be a disaster. An absolute disaster for Dignitas, because the problem that they have now is that with a surplus of 70 seats already, we will most likely see Gamers2 go straight for a double plan. They have the opportunity to get enough seeds for 2 plants, and they're already trying to steal those at the top. But nice move by Dignitas. They at least get the small camp here, but we already have a rotation about to happen by Leo from Korea, ADRD, and the rest of the Gamers2 team. They could move to the top, they should move to the top, and they will move to the top. Another small camp is about to be taken. Yoba might move in and steal those away, and he does. There's no chance whatsoever that there is going to be a plant versus plant situation happening for the next one, since Dignitas doesn't even have enough seeds to... even if they get every single seed from this big garden terror here, they won't have enough seeds. They have a maximum of 84. Oh, but they might lose a few heroes here. They need to be careful. So far, Sergeant Hammer has been pushed away, but in that fight itself, yes, there comes the ancestral healing. Yoba is moving away with his dimensional shift talents. Link is very low, by the way. And in comes once again the entire Gamers2 team. They're very split though. Very split, but look at that old black dragon! Blood dragon is extremely low, was trying to go for the stun, but a bit too short. And they are putting more damage onto Chris, who just like jumps in with a power slide, but he gets already attacked and is very unlikely to survive this Oasis. Here comes the Starfall. Chris is running, and he's running fast. Nurok up at the top on the other hand. He has no escape left to him. They're dropping one hero. They might go for another one. Here comes Tyrande with an attempt to stun them out. They jump in to drop Sailors. They could go for core here. They could go for core, and they actually should. If they drop Linked, they will. But nope, with the sprint activating in the last second, they are able to save him. There's already 2 catapults moving in. Nika is in position, and they're starting to take core. But once again, we have the cow moving in together with Link. It's ETC, and can he maybe prevent it? Blood Dragon is there. Damage on the core already. AD already moving in. And, oh god, the Polymorph seed is doing so much work here. They just go straight for that core. ADRD is blocked by so many, but this is not looking like Dignitas is having a chance there. Even with a strafe, it's just way too much. GG, the game over, and we have Dignitas defeated by Gamers2, the X3D Max squad, taking the semi-final and moving on to the final match of the GO4Heroes Tournament.
Team Dignitas defeated, and Gamers2, the old 3D Max team, just once again showing their dominance on the European server. A great game by them. They were able to take the match here. And as already mentioned before, Dignitas is one of those teams that really is trying to make a name for themselves on the European server, and they've been doing really well. Reaching the semi-final here at the GO4Heroes Tournament is already a big accomplishment, and they've been constantly improving over the last few weeks since they are completely joined over to Heroes of the Storm. Gamers2 on the other hand, I mean, this team has been around for quite some time and they're extremely strong. They move on to the finals, and well, of course, we're gonna see if they will be able to take it down there, if they can defeat their next opponent, which is going to be Team Big Tomorrow, or Team Tomorrow Big. I always confuse those two. But for now, congratulations to them. If you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. I'm gonna see you guys soon with the next Heroes of the Storm video here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day. Bye bye.